Welcome people, we are back at it again with another video. In today's video, I'm going to be giving you the match review for Chelsea versus Brighton, right? Then some Chelsea news, some good, some bad, and lastly, the preview to the game Fulham versus Chelsea at Craven Cottage on Monday night, right? Now, the reason that there wasn't a match review straight after the game or a day after the game, right, is due to the fact that I got very, very busy after the game, to the point where I was suffocating, like school was doing a lot. School was really doing a lot, right, this past week. And as such, I didn't have time to film the review. Now, I'm hoping that in future, such instances will be minimized because I would much prefer making a match review quick than having to wait a while to do so. So, yeah. But without further ado, let's get into the match review. So Mauricio Pochettino went with a 3-4-3, and some selections were very interesting, very, very interesting. Now I went with the 3-4-3, starting off with Robert Sanchez in goal, right? A back three of Levi Colwill, right, as left centre back. The most central centre back was Axel Disasi, and on the right centre back, in the right centre back position, we had Mark Cucurella, right? Cool. Right wing back Ian Matson, right? And this was very weird, right? Because we had never seen Kukurea at right centre back before, and Matson plays left back most of the time. That's what we know him for, like playing as a left back, right? Also, when he's gone out on loan, right, he's been playing at left back. So for him to be at right wing back was a bit of a weird one, but refreshing, I guess, because it's something new, something different. Left wing back, we had Ben Chilwell, and in the midfield pivot, right, we had Moises Caicedo and Leslie Gochukwu, right? Up front on the left wing, we had Misha Mudrik. On the right wing, we had Cole Palmer, and through the middle, we had Nick Jackson, right? Cool. So I'm going to be frank. The first half was very bad. I think that was the worst first half I have ever watched in my life from Chelsea. I can't think of a worse first half. It truly, truly was boring, if I'm being honest, you know. Um, it lacked a spark, it lacked a fire, it lacked quality. Oh, it was not great. The one thing that I'll say in terms of performance specific though is Robert Sanchez's distribution needs work. That's number one. It needs work because this man was giving the ball away so many times from goal kicks, right? Or from instances where the ball has been played back to him and then now he's panicking. He's kicking the ball out of play, right? Now Brighton have a throw, things like that. It just happened too many times, too many times. His distribution needs work because it is suspect. And you weren't really expecting that considering that he's had two he had two good games before this, right? Against Bournemouth and against Aston Villa, he played very, very well. So you're thinking, okay, he's just going to continue that. And then playing his former club is going to give him an extra boost, an extra incentive to do well, to show them what they're missing out on. But his distribution did not show them what they're missing out on. So, yeah, that needs work. That's one thing. Another thing, Leslie Kochuku, right, for as a midfielder, you can see that he still needs some development as well because there was a challenge that he went for in that first half and he got booked for it and it was like a bad challenge and it's like Leslie is looking a bit shaky. So yeah, he needs work. And then Nick Jackson also needs work, right? And he needs time and understanding, right, from the fans because this man is not quite ready to be what we need him to be for us, right? And that is a consistent goal scorer. You can see that there is a good player in him, right? But there are certain habits that he needs to improve upon. He needs to like improve his dribbling, for example, right? Improve his hold up play. Those certain elements we could see from that first half that he needs to improve on those. And I'm hoping that Poch can coach him well over a long period of time and get him to be a top player, right? Cool. Now, other than that, I don't think there's anything else to say about the first half because it was just so dead, just so lifeless from a creativity perspective. Like, Did we even test the Brighton's goalkeeper in that first half? I don't think so, you know. So yeah, that's about all I have to say about that with the first half. Um Brighton also didn't do much. And I think that was the consolation. So as a Chelsea fan, if I'm watching a very bad half of football from my team, at least the other team isn't doing much either. So yeah. So now we're moving into the second half. I'm thinking Leslie is looking a bit shaky in midfield. Robert Sanchez, his distribution is a bit suspect, right? We need maybe to change something. Maybe what we do is we bring Leslie off, right? We bring off Leslie and put on Enzo Fernandez, right? Do something like that. Um, Maybe we take off Marco Correa, right? He wasn't playing badly or anything, but this was just a tactical thinking from me. Take off Marco Correa, right? Put on what's his name? Put on Raheem Sterling, right? Go to a back four, right? And then go to a 4-2-3-1. You know what I'm saying? And just play like that, right? With the new additions being Enzo and Sterling. Sterling occupy right wing. What's his name? Fernandez in the pivot with Caicedo. And then I thought, okay, that's what we need to do to go out and win this game. Poch didn't do that. He left the team the same for a while. And it worked. If it didn't work and we had lost the game, right? Then there would have been a different story. Now, then we would be like maybe now criticizing him, but he left it the same, and it paid off in the end. So I'm happy about that, right? Now, in the second half, we did play better, right? It seemed like the team was gelling more, right? It seemed as if the chemistry was chemistrying. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I was happy about that. And I'm also happy about seeing the fight that I saw from Marco Correa because he absolutely fought in that match. He fought in that second half, you know. I think that one thing that played into it was the fact that he he continuously gets booed by Brighton supporters, right? And this is not like just a small thing or something like that. This is a big, big thing. It's like every time we play Brighton, when he touches the ball, they boo him to hell, bro. You know what I'm saying? And I think he just got so tired of that. And the way he was just going into tackles, very, very committed, you know, very, very determined. I love that from him. He played with the heart of a lion, right? Which is what we need in the squad right now to re-galvanize our season. So shout out to him for that. Um, Mudryk had a few good moments, you know, a few creative moments for the team, right? Winning us corners here and there, right? But one thing I'll say that he needs to do better is his delivery from set pieces. And I think the delivery from set pieces as a whole within the team is not good enough. It needs to improve. Because if you're not beating the first man, what are you doing taking that corner? Come on, my guy. Come on, my guy, you know? So yeah, things like that also need improvement. But it was a better team performance in the second half, especially for the goal in the 73rd minute, right? Because it didn't just involve the person who got the assist and the person who scored. No, it involved quite a few individuals even before that, right? Now, obviously, Cole Palmer assisted Nick Jackson for the goal, which was sensational. But like I said, it's not just about them. It's also about men like Mark Cucurella, men like Ian Matson, men like Moises Caicedo. You know what I'm saying? All five of those individuals played. Wait, hold on. Matson, Caicedo, Cucurella, uh, Palmer, and Jackson. Yeah, five, right? All five of those individuals played a part in us scoring that goal. You know what I'm saying? Um, and when I saw that, I'm thinking, okay, look at this kid called Palmer. He links up well with a man up front. Maybe he should start more often. Just a thought. So yeah, that's what I thought. And then also with Nicholas Jackson getting that goal, it was composure from him, which is what we've needed to see from him for a while now, right? Because you can see, okay, this guy's got something, but he was overdoing it in terms of finishing off his chances. So now he got the ball, composed finish into the bottom left corner. Fantastic, you know. And you could see what it meant to him and the Chelsea fans for us to finally score a goal. I think that's the first goal we scored this month. So yeah, shout out to him for that. Shout out to all the players who were involved in that build-up play. And yeah, I'm very, very happy that we won. He should have had 2 goals, in fact, because the second goal that was ruled out, right, for offside actually wasn't offside if you look at the replay. But then again, there's also the small issue that Leslie Gochuku would have been sent off if there was VAR at the game. So yeah, we just move, We take that on the chin because we know we could have been down to 10 men if VAR was at the stadium on the night. So we just move, right? Now, I'm very happy personally that we won the game because of 2 things, right? First of all, we keep our hopes of winning a trophy alive. And that's what Chelsea Football Club is about. It's about winning trophies, bro. Even if you don't win a trophy this year, okay, win a trophy next year, right? That type of thing where maybe we won't win trophies every single year, but at least every other year we have to do that. We have to do that. Now we won a trophy in 2022. 2023, we're going to end the year with nothing. Fine. But 2024, we must win something, and we've kept our hopes of that alive. So sensational from the boys in terms of that aspect. Um, Another aspect is the fact that we dumped Brighton out of the Carabao Cup, and I'm very happy about that based off of how they're treating our players. They boo Marco Correa, they boo Robert Sanchez, they boo Moses Caicedo, and I'm just thinking, bruv, they left your club. Just get over it and move on. Why do you have to now bring this bad energy towards them? Like, what are you doing, bro? As a whole adult, what are you doing? Just move on. Take your L and move on smartly. If an ex-Chelsea player came to the bridge, let's say it was Romelu Lukaku even, right? Let's say when his time at Chelsea's done, he's left the club and he's come back playing for another team. If I was at the stadium, I wouldn't boo him, bro. Because, like, why are you now gonna allow yourself to be within such negative energy? For what reason, my guy? So, yeah, I'm personally happy that we dumped Brighton out of the cup for that reason. Their fans deserve to be dumped out of the cup, given their behavior. And then on top of that, today they got beaten 6-1 by Aston Villa. Sensational scenes. Sensational scenes. I hope that they do not get top four because the way they treat our players is absolutely disgusting in my opinion. And I would be having the same point of view if Chelsea fans were doing this to an ex-Chelsea player. Like when Mount comes back to the bridge, don't boo him, bro. When Havertz comes back to the bridge, don't boo him. It's okay. They've moved on. Let's also move on. Away. So that's the match review done. Now let's get into some Chelsea news quick. Now, that game didn't end 100% well for us. What do I mean by that? We have a new injury. That is what I mean, right? So now, during the latter minutes of that game, Ben Chilwell went down with an injury, right, to his hamstring. And now this is his third hamstring injury since the beginning of last season, which is not good, bruv. It is not good at all. And yeah, that made me sad. It made me sad and it made me stressed as well. But we've heard reports, right? Don't have an official report from the club, but we have had reports, right, from Chelsea journalists that he'll be out for about 4 weeks. And when I saw that he'll be out for about 4 weeks, I was happy with that because 4 weeks is not that bad. Obviously, having the vice captain of the football club out injured and having the captain of the football club out injured at the same time is not good. Given the fact that it's only 4 weeks for Ben Chilwell and Reece is nearly back, I'll take it. I'll take it and I'll move on happily. Cool. Then we have a sponsor now on the front of our shirts. Infinite Athlete, right? An American-based company, right? They specialize in sports technology. So from what I can see and from what I understand about the information that I read about them is they basically help teams, right, do better by providing them with technology to critically analyze performances, right? So like video camera and stuff like that, and then also more specifically data as well. So yeah, I'm happy about this because their logo looks good. Chelsea are receiving 40 million pounds, and now when I go buy the Chelsea kit for myself and my brother at the end of the year after saving up, right, very well, then there will be a sponsor on the front. So that's also going to add to the experience. So yeah, I'm happy about that. So Chilwell, bad news, right? Sort of. And then Infinite Athlete, that's the good news. So yeah. Now, going into the game against Fulham, right? we've got injuries, bruv. We've got 8 injuries and we have 2 suspensions. So Connie Chukwemeka he's back with the team, right? He's back in full training, right? So I think he's available for selection against Fulham, which is fantastic. I'm so happy about that for us fans and also for him as a player. And then we've got Benoit Badeshile in partial training, but he's still out. Wesley Fofana out, Reece James is out, Christopher Nkunku's out, right? So those 4 guys are out. Marcus Bettinelli is out, Romeo Lavia out, right? So that's 6. Who else is out? Trevor Chalobah is out, that's 7. And there was an 8th player who's out. Oh, Ben Chilwell, right? A new addition to the injury list. So yeah. And then the suspensions are to Malo Gusto and Nick Jackson. Now, that makes it difficult for Pochettino in terms of the team selection on Monday, but I've cooked up something and I think it can work, right? Cool, let's get into it. So, I would roll with a 3-4-3, right? Like what we did against Brighton. It did work well. It worked well. I liked it, right? And I don't think it's the solution going forward long term. But for now, given the injuries, given the suspensions, I think this can actually work for us nicely on Monday. So in goal, I would go Robert Sanchez. Now he needs to distribute the ball better than he did against Brighton, and if he does that, then we're good, right? And then just play how he played against Bournemouth and Villa, right? Cool. Then we're good. Left centre back, I would go Levi Colwill, right? He has been one of the best players for us this season. He starts for sure. In the most central centre back position, this man didn't start against Brighton. He didn't play at all against Brighton. I would bring him back into the side because he's had a good rest now. Thiago Silva, right? Right centre back, Excel Disasi, right? Had a solid game against Brighton. I'm happy to how he has started life at Chelsea. I'm happy with how he has started life at Chelsea. So he plays at right centre back. Right wing back, I will go Ian Maatsen. I think he played well there actually in that second half against Brighton. So he starts there. Left wing back, I would go Marco Correa for sure. And I feel like him being reintegrated into the side and playing in his preferred position is gonna bode well for us. So yeah, Marco Correa at left wing back. In the midfield pivot, right, of this 3-4-3, I would go Enzo Fernandez and Moises Caicedo, right? Moises Caicedo against Brighton in that second half was actually very, very good. I think the whole game he wasn't dispossessed, right? And I think he won back the ball the most times out of any Chelsea or Brighton player. So shout out to him. And he was playing with a bandaged knee, right? So yeah, shout out to him. I'm hoping that he doesn't need to be bandaged against Fulham. So yeah. Then the front three, I would go Misha Mudryk on the left, right? On the right, I would go Cole Palmer, right? Because that boy can cook. And as the false 9, I would go Raheem Sterling. Now, obviously, not having Jackson in that false 9 position, on the number 9 position, is a bit problematic. But I'm thinking that this front three that we're going to have to put out right now, right, that I've proposed, I think it can do something because if Mudryk, Palmer, and Sterling are interchanging, right? They're all changing into positions, right? Going into each other's positions continuously, right? That kind of thing. I don't think the Fulham defenders will know who to pick up. Then, to add to that, right, one of the wing backs goes forward, right? So either Martin or Kukurea goes forward, right? They're looking to join in on the attack. Then one of Enzo or Caicedo, right? They're also looking to join in on the attack. You've got 5 players, right, attacking you, right? 3 of them continuously switching positions, like being very dynamic like that. And then 2 of them looking to be deeper lying playmakers. Like, I think that we can discombobulate their defense in that way. And discombobulating their defense in that way might just be the way that we finesse a win without Jackson being in the side, without us having a proper number 9, you know. Now, obviously, Armando Broja is on the bench, but at the same time, he could only play 20 to 30 minutes against Brighton, right? Before the game, we knew he could only play 20 to 30 minutes, right? And Pochettino gave him fewer minutes than that, right? So now although there has been a few days since the Brighton game, he won't be ready to complete a full 90 within that space of time. So he can't start. Then you've got David Washington on the bench, right? An 18-year-old Brazilian striker, right? But he has never played for the first team. I think he's played for the under 21s, but he hasn't played for the first team. And I'm not going to start him in this game, bro, because we're 15th. We need a win in this London derby, right? To bring us up that table. So yeah, he will not be starting. I would go with Sterling at false nine, and yeah, that's what I would do, guys. Let me know what you would do in the comments. Please don't forget to like the video, share the video, comment, like I said, subscribe, and hit the bell notifications to be notified once I've uploaded. Peace, people.